Hello, I am Mats Ljunggren. I am the CEO for Boozang, and today I'm gonna demo some model-based testing. So, why do model-based testing? Well, we are gonna make an argument it's a better approach for complex apps, because even though it's more work up front, in the long run, it's so much easier to build on top of, and also so much less work to maintain. Today, we will use the Boozang tool to demo that. But if you want to use the same concepts for Selenium, Cypress, or Playwright, I think there's a lot you can borrow from this. In this example, we use this project planning application called BI. And the reason why we picked this is because there's a lot of complexity. It's a very strong modular structure, as you can see, projects, client, resources. And inside of these, you have a lot of dependencies. And this is where it's really good to use model-based testing. If you're not familiar with the Boozang tool, we will start by creating an AI model here. Create the project module. And when we click into this, we have a couple of options to choose from. A blank, using the CRUD create, update, delete template, or you can clone another module that you've made previously. We're just going to go ahead and use the default template. As you can see, you now get a basic outline of forms and things that you need to set. And this works for many applications, actually. It's surprising. But if you want, of course, you can customize this completely however you want. And also, of course, we support any number of operations, not just create, update, delete. What you want to do is you want to start by adding the entry point to the module, which is this top link here called projects. Then you want to go ahead and create. Create has 2 steps, as you can see, 2 clicks. So in order to handle these cases, we have something called pre-steps. So make sure that that pre-step was captured. Double click it and capture the main step. We have the path to go to the create project form. So just click play on the form to make sure that the steps you've done so far are correct. Now we want to add different models, the fields. We can use add model or batch add model. As you can see here, we're only adding the required fields for simplicity. The start date is a date, so make sure you set the right type, and the project category is an enum. We use the ready-made selectors. So this is a component, a date component. Also, we can use the ready-made regular expressions to, instead of setting it to today, which is default, we'll use last Monday. And these regular expressions we support, I'd use last Monday and next Monday for start and end date. By default, it's a save button here. If you fill it out, it's an add button. Now we're ready to go to the workflow editor. Simply add create project, and we will have a Cucumber scenario auto-generated here. And one of the reasons why we use Cucumber is so we support a lot of the CI plugins for reporting and also X-Ray and other test management platforms. So now we have a given nothing. Here you would usually add I am logged in. You could record that or use our authentication module as well. When I create something, then you would do a validation. But right now we just have a when step. And as you can see, it uses some predefined module and some number. And this is just all regular expressions that are setting this by default. This, of course, you can manipulate however you like. As you can see, this is working. We created our first test. So now let's add a validation. Here we see we have a data table here. So if I go to project, we see it automatically selects this table. Otherwise, you'll have to change this path. But what we want to do here, because there could be a lot of projects and pagination, we want to record some pre-steps here. First, click View Demo to make sure we have the same view always, and then enter some data here in the search box. Here, the powerful thing is that now, because we cache all the project names and variables, we save it in a temporary database, you can now use one of our predefined data, which you can see here. If you go into the temporary database, which is here, you can see all the values you have here for the project. Now we've added a validation, so let's just make sure to add this to the scenario in the data flow. A scenario with both an action and a validation. So let's try and run this. And here it can ask you to use the stored data. We're not going to do that now. But of course, this is really good for your CI runs to be able to build upon existing data to speed up execution times. And that's one of the advantages of always keeping things in memory. As you can see here, we've now created a very simple, fully data-driven test where you can, of course, customize the name, the dates, everything by driving data into the test and automatically make sure to update validations, conditions, etc.